Good morning. We're at the Valley Forge Casino in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, where we are currently, we're about to weigh in actually for Pennsylvania's Strongest. Okay, I'm already out. I'm actually in the basement now. The weighing room is upstairs. So I weighed in at 222 pounds exactly, which puts me in a under 231 weight class. So I beat my weight by 9 pounds. Who would have thought? Anyway, my husband also weighed in, and he weighed in at exactly, I think, 275 on the dot, which means that he's in the lighter weight class, which is the goal. So I'm in like the high medium weight. Then there's actually a 200 and under class, which I'll probably get into for next year. That's my whole plan for that. And he's going to stay in the lighter weight class. But we made weight, and I thought that there would at least be something set up that we can go check, like equipment, something, but nothing appears to be set up at this point in time, so we can't do a walkthrough of all the implements of the events yet. So instead, what I'm going to do is go on a date. My husband and I are just going to go walk around through the Valley Forge Casino and the King of Prussia Mall, and we're going to make a day out of it. But most importantly, we're going to have to hydrate and carb load. So we're going to be drinking a lot of fluids, eating a lot of carbs, getting a lot of energy, and making sure that tomorrow, come contest time, we're completely ready to lift all the weights possible. So we're going to go enjoy ourselves today, and we're going to check back in tomorrow where PA Strongest begins. I'll see y'all then. It's a little quiet on this side actually, but over on the other side of that wall over there are the competitions that are occurring. There's actually 3 different competitions happening. There's a weightlifting show, a powerlifting show, and of course the Strongman show that I'm competing in. And they're all right next to each other. So I'm gonna go walk in over there, right past all the weigh-in stuff that's happening on this side. Because if we go over here, we can see that they're doing all the sportswear and all the game day stuff. But once we walk over to that area, we'll see the good stuff. So let's go over there and check it out. Yeah, we just walk in right past the check-in through the entrance, and it looks like they're doing like a master's level weightlifting show that's over here. Valor Fitness, they got a little podium that's over here for them. We could even see that there's all the trophies that they're going to put out for them, and the 2 platforms they have for the Masters USA weightlifting show that's happening over here. But as exciting as weightlifting is, I'm here for the powerlifting and strongman. So let's go check out that side, which is right through over there. Now back here, we actually have the warm-up area for the powerlifting meet that's happening. A lot of folks are already set up in their spandex and their onesies, and they're getting themselves warmed up with the squats and all that already. And let's go over to the other side where we actually see that they're doing the actual setup itself. We got a nice spectator area. Everyone's over there. They're actually just about to start the actual event over here. It looks like they're already starting the opener.
All right, first up we got Bella Butler.
Yeah, they already started off with the openers over here.
12 years old.
So we're here for this show that's over here. That's right. We're here for the Strongman show. All the implements are already set out. My husband is somewhere hanging out right now. He's also competing in a lower weight class. But we are going to look at the implements that we have over here. It looks like we have the Viking press. It's going to be one of the first events that's on there. It looks like they're doing a bit of equipment testing on it. I better get my hands on that when I get the opportunity. Yep.
That's good.
Over here we have the log. We're going to be doing a max log. There's 2 different logs. One for the men's, which are going to have a larger log, and one for the women's, which will have a smaller log. Looks like over here we have the Hercules hold. Every Hercules hold I've ever seen is a bit different. This one looks like it has sandbags to help weigh it down, so that's going to be a thing that's over there. Over on this side, it looks like we're going to be doing the maximum sandbag run. So I'll go over the rules on that in a bit. But basically, we have a 50-foot run in one direction and a 50-foot run in the other direction, just maximum distance. And there's a 5th event, but I'm not seeing it here right now. So once we actually see it, we'll go over it. But from my understanding, we're going to have 2 events going on at the same time with 2 different groups. And I'll go over my groups in just a sec. I did ask around because the last implement is the deadlift, and I just realized that this is also the deadlift implement that's over here. They called it an Apex deadlift, but it looks like it's also going to be the Apex Viking press. So they basically just move around a couple of objects that's on it, and it changes from being a Viking press that they have over there to a deadlift platform that they have over here. So all 5 of the events are out, and just one of them happens to be a transforming device. So I'm gonna start warming up because we got rules in about 15-20 minutes, and got to be good to go from there. So right now we're actually all getting height measurements for the Viking press. I just did mine first, but if we look at every competitor here, I'm glad I did it first because there's a big line now of people trying to get their height set up for the Viking press before the rules happen. So I'm gonna start warming up on the log as well so we can start getting some movements in there.
If it gets to be, if you don't know me, I'm very dry and sarcastic. If you ask me like 42 questions, I might make a dad joke. Okay, that's just the way it goes. I can't help it, just so you know. Everyone saw the emails? Okay, there's two groups, yes? Okay, group 1, right, all females and novice. Group 2, all open men. Okay, everyone saw that, correct? Yep. All right, so I'll go in order then, so we don't have to flip-flop and confuse anybody. I'll just go in order.
So since we went right from rules into essentially a 5-minute warm-up so that we could start a maximum log attempt, I essentially immediately grabbed a bunch of bands that I have and just started getting my body nice, warmed up, ready, and just kind of acclimated to start lifting a lot of weights. So this is actually a very good thing to bring whenever you're competing yourself, because you don't know what kind of warm-up implement you're going to have. Bring some bands. They're really good, really easy to bring. You can throw them right into a duffel bag and just start doing a lot of body weight movements that are assisted with these devices. I did also happen to find like a cherry picking device that was over here that I saw someone else also utilizing bands with, and I went over to this and just started doing things like tricep extensions, get some curls in there, get some face pulls, just start really getting a lot of the muscles just nice and activated and getting ready for doing something just like a maximum attempt. All right, the rules are done, my stretching is done, everyone is currently warming up, and we're starting with the log. So the log, that's right behind me over there. You get 3 attempts. It's going to be increasing in weight for the men's by 20 pounds. So it starts at 150, 170, 190, 210, up and up and up and up. So I've already picked out my 2 numbers. I just finished the warm-up at 200, so if they're gonna go by 20-pound increments, it means I'm gonna open up at 210. I'll go for 230 afterwards, and that'll be my PR essentially. I know I can't do 250. I've never even hit anything close to that within my own garage gym, so just doing 210, 230, and then calling it there for me, that's all I'll do. So, got some good warm-ups in there. I'm ready, I'm stretched out, I'm hydrated. I'm gonna go pee for like the 30th time and then compete. So, let's get it done.
10 reps for Caroline, Gabriella, Mary, Lauren, Kelly, Dawn. Novice men, be ready to go after that. Novice men will be Matt, Fernando, and Dominic first. Athlete, take your grip. Athlete ready, judge ready, set, lift.
Okay, so I actually PR'd. That was 230 pounds in the log. It is a personal record for me. I was certain that that's what I was going to get, especially if you saw my gym lift video back at my house. So pretty comfortable with that. It is a 20-pound jump to 250. Considering that I knew I could only hit like 235, I'm not going to jump at 250. So I got 2 attempts in there. 230 is a solid number. Call it there. So the next event is going to be the Hercules holds. As you can see over here, the Hercules hold that's set up with the sandbags, they are not allowing athletes to adjust the height or the chain length. So for folks who have very long arms or very tall people with a positive ape index, they're gonna have a bad time. People with shorter arms are probably gonna have a good time with this because they're not allowing height adjustments. So since it's the second event and we don't have a grip event happening afterwards, it's probably a smart idea to go all in as much as possible on the Hercules hold, just grip the hell out of it and like ruin our grip. If you also saw, I was doing farmer holds to train for the Hercules hold, so just got to hold it on as long as I can. I'm gonna have to remember to do my whole meditation method to stick to my own head, where I just sit there, count, breathe, count, and that's gonna be my strategy for the Hercules hold. I already think I'm ahead of a couple of the athletes that are in my division because they zeroed on their opening logs, and getting a 0 is worse than doing at least a lighter opener. So it is what it is. Competing itself is a skill, and knowing what you can and cannot do is important. So I'm gonna rest, drink a little bit, maybe eat a sandwich, and then prepare for the Hercules hold. See y'all then. Now we're warming up for the Hercules hold. Right now we're not putting a lot of real weight on it. There's a couple of plates on there, and we're just kind of holding it on for about 5 to 10 seconds. Again, it's a grip event, so you don't want to like blow up your grip too early just trying to do the warm-ups.
on, you got this. Let's go.
I'm here with my sandwich. I think I got like 35, 40 seconds, something like that on the Hercules hold. My right hand slipped. Like it was like, I thought I was going pretty solid on that. I was pretty certain I was gonna go for a full minute, but once it hit 30 seconds, for some reason my hand just started slipping so hard, so it just slipped right out. Grip gave way, implement drops. I think I got third on that event. I don't know, maybe pretty low on it. I'll check out the score afterwards, but gotta keep trying. Next for us is going to be the Viking press, so I'll go over that once you finish setting it up. Small change of plans. It looks like we're actually going to be doing the deadlift next, not the actual Viking press, because the deadlift was already set up, and they're like, yeah, let's just do the deadlift now and Viking press next. So I'm like, all right. So we're getting our hands on it, getting some warm-up reps in there, and we're just trying to get the leverages down. I already found that there's a couple of leverage changes that we have to do, so it's going to be fun.
Previous records for Pennsylvania top Logpress was 115 for lightweights, 145 for middleweights, and 185 for heavyweights. I think they all had a chance to go today.
So the deadlift just didn't move. Turns out most of the people did not lift the deadlift. Not just me. Like I think of like the lightweight men's as an example. Only one person lifted it at all. Everyone else zeroed. I'm not the only person that zeroed it out in my own division, and even in like the lighter weight divisions for me, like same nonsense. Like a lot of people are zeroing out. I think the weight that they're using there is too high. Maybe not properly tested. Like for me, it was 630 pounds. My max has been 515. I have never lifted anywhere close to 630, and they wanted us to do that for reps. It's like, it's not happening, so it is what it is. But 2 events left. We have the Viking press that's coming up next, and then the sandbag for distance is the last event. So that's what we'll be doing. Look forward to that. There's only like 2 more classes, I believe, that are finishing on the deadlift right now. Yeah, even them, like some people just straight up zeroed out of it. So, oh well. Viking press is next.
Down to sandbags. Yes, it is.
Man, I let that Viking press come down on me way too hard. I had to control it, and I didn't control it well enough. But I got 1 rep on there, so I'll take the 1 rep. That means I still have points on the board. The final event is coming up next, and that is the maximum distance sandbag carry. In the gym, my PR with it was 75 feet. So my intention is to hit 100. And then that wraps it up. So let's do it. We're now here at the final event, the sandbag for mass distance. We already have other competitors running around right now, going back and forth. So we basically pick up the sandbag from here, run all the way down over to the line, and then turn around. 50 feet there, 50 feet back, as fast and as long as you possibly can. And we're given points on distance. So it's an endurance event, much like the Hercules hold. And we just got to do as long as you possibly can do it. So the sandbag that we have here weighs 265 pounds, a solid 40 more pounds than I actually weigh. And as we can see, I get a good lift on it to get it onto my lap. And here's where trouble really kind of struck itself. I tried to really just hop it real high, and for some reason the fatigue already hit me and I couldn't get it up onto my chest. And this became a struggle immediately trying to walk. So I was just sitting here like, all right, just got to start running with it where it is. And as I'm getting over to the line over here, getting ready to turn, my right bicep seized on me and I just let it drop. Well, that's it for that. I'm changed. we just did awards. I placed last, unfortunately. I have some things I need to work about, some things to focus on. Especially since I've been in open, I can't be weaker than I was last year or the year before that. That doesn't work. So my husband, on the other hand, did place third. He got himself a trophy. I'm proud of him. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to go to a Brazilian steakhouse, enjoy a reward for ourselves. We always go to like some kind of buffet after we compete as like a reward for putting ourselves through all this mess. And we're just going to eat ourselves with a ton of meat. So thank everybody for paying attention to us. I'm definitely coming back much stronger in 2025. Guarantee it. See y'all then.